What's good, guys? Welcome back to Six Best Bets in Lock of the Week, guys. Of course, I have to mention, of course, I cannot forget, we are on a 5-fight Lock of the Week streak, that being Ignacio Bahamondes, Kevin Vallejos, Carlos Ulberg, David Martinez, and Torres Finney. 5-fight Lock of the Week streak. Torres Finney came in clutch last week. I know it was a little bit of a lackluster performance, but what is important is that the Lock of the Week hits. So, for this week, I got 6 best bets, Lock of the Week. I got 2 bonuses for you guys, of course, and a parlay section that I think you guys are going to love. Thank you guys for being here. The one thing that I asked for, guys, if you guys could hear, just hit that like button. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. Without further ado, my 6 best bets, my Lock of the Week, 2 bonuses, a parlay section. Let's go. It can't get better than this. Wednesday's finally here, boys and girls. Let's get it. First most confident pick of the week. Who's it going to be? Let's go. Marco Tulio. Marco Tulio's 13-1-0. I will say, guys, that one loss is by knockout to Alexandre. That is a brutal knockout. If you guys want to go do your tape study. Go look at Marco Tulio getting knocked out. That is a pretty bad knockout, but I don't think that's going to happen in this case. We do know that he's set to face off against Tresean Gore. So, when I look at this fight, Marco Tulio minus 410, Tresean Gore plus 290. Marco Tulio has 9 TKOs, looking to make it 10. Tulio can win via knockout or by decision. We know Tresean Gore is coming off of 2 guillotine sub wins. When I look at this fight, this guy makes a great point on Devil's Advocate. Marco Tulio is there to be hit. Sure, Gore got KO'd by Cody Brundage, but he also possesses nuclear power and elite BJJ game. So this guy thinks that Gore is going to be bringing a very tough challenge. And we know that sometimes Marco Tulio can be a little bit timid. Gore hasn't been able to handle volume well, but Tulio throws even less volume than Gore. So in that instance, we could say a red flag for Marco Tulio would be him not being able to throw that much. So, with that being said, of course, I have to bring in Devil's Advocate, but this is what I like to see. I like to see Marco Tulio's grappling. I like to see how he looks. And I like Tulio by KO or on points at a minus 185. If we take double chance, I don't think he's going to submit Tresean Gore. He's a very good BJJ specialist. So, give me Marco Tulio by KO or on points at a minus 185. I think it's perfect. This guy trains his grappling as well. The only thing is, guys, he's a little bit timid. But I think he's going to find the shot and get the knockout. So let's go Marco Tulio for the win. And if he doesn't, we got double chance by KO or on points. So let's go Marco Tulio for the win. Now we're going to go into my second most confident pick of the week, guys. My second most confident pick of the week. Here we go. Without further ado, let's go. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. 314, baby. Verna Jandaroba, 21-3-0. We know Verna Jandaroba is set to face off against Yan Xiaonan. Verna Jandaroba minus 156. Yan Xiaonan plus 122. Yan Xiaonan is coming off of that win over Tabitha Ricci by decision, where she was taken down, but she successfully got back up and won that fight by decision. Recently, she lost to Zhang Weili by decision. Verna is on a 4-fight win streak over Angela Hill, Marina Rodriguez, Lupita Godinez, and Amanda Lemos. She lost to Amanda Ribas, Mackenzie Dern, and Carlos Barza, which all have something in common. You know, they're pressure fighters. So, Verna Jandaroba can sometimes not move her head, and sometimes she could get hit with a little bit more strikes than you would expect her to in the striking department. Verna Jandaroba will be the undeniable title contender at 115 if she goes out there and handles Yan Xiaonan this weekend, especially if she submits her biggest fight of her career. Will she rise to the occasion? I really like this. I like the way he said it. Let's go. And then when I look at this, she's training with Mike. Well, she's not training with Mike Tyson, but she takes a nice photo with Mike Tyson, so that's a little good luck charm. Give me Verna Jandaroba for the win. I think she should be able to get the job done. Let's go Verna Jandaroba. Now my third most confident pick of the week, guys. My third most confident pick of the week. Enough gilly gagging. Let's go. Here we go. Without further ado, Sean Woodson. My lock of the week is going to be the 6th most confident pick of the week, guys. Sean Woodson, 13-1-1. We do know that he has gone to draw. He went to a draw with Luis Aldana. Very close fight. Very competitive fight in the first round. He shows that he can prevail. Shows that his chin. He shows that his recovery is put on full display in that fight, and he can recover. And he definitely has the cardio to recover as well. This is the Devil's Advocate. What are your thoughts on Danny Ige versus Sean Woodson? Ige is 5'7" without shoeies. Woodson is, this guy says he's 8'6". Ige has never been stopped. Lost to Lopes, Mitchell, Evloev, Emmett, Qatar, and Murphy, all by decisions. All of them are killers. I noticed Woodson was breathing heavy in round 1 versus Padilla. I think Dan will push the pace. This is what he's saying. He's saying that Dan can push the pace because of the cardio aspect. I'm going Woodson, guys, for this fight. I want to mention, guys, this is how Sean Woodson looks, of course. We got Sean Woodson for the W. And, of course, this is what I like to see about Sean Woodson. Even when he's cutting weight, he's still moving his head. Even when he's tired, even when he feels exhausted after cutting all that weight, He's a tall guy. He cuts a massive amount of weight. I know he looks skinny, but he still cuts a massive amount of weight. He's still fluid in his striking. I got Sean Woodson to win this fight. Let's go money line. I like it. At a -172 versus Dan Ige at +134. Give me Sean Woodson at a -172 money line for the win. Let's go Sean Woodson for the dub. I think he should be able to win this fight, guys. Sean Woodson for the dub. Let's go Sean Woodson. Look at how good he is at soccer. Sean Woodson for the dub. Let's go Sean Woodson. I've never seen a guy play like this, and he, boom. Sean Woodson for the dub. Let's go Sean Woodson for the dub. Now we're going to go into my fourth most confident pick of the week, guys. My fourth most confident pick of the week. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez, 19-5-0, is set to face off against Patricio Pitbull. We know Patricio Pitbull is from Bellator, former 2-division champion, and he attempted to even go for a 3-division champ at 135, I believe. He's a featherweight holder and 155 holder. I will say Yair is on a 2-fight losing skid to Volk and Brian Ortega. Pressure and grappling is his kryptonite. Pitbull, former 2-division champion, making his UFC debut, just beat Jeremy Kennedy by KO. Yair's body kick should work. His elbows. If he ends up on the bottom, I believe he can still work, and work his way up. We do know Pitbull sometimes doesn't want to shoot the takedown, but if he does shoot the takedown, I think he might be able to get him down. But I think Yair can work the elbows, work his way back up. We do know that this is going to be a very competitive fight. Give me Yair Rodriguez for the W. But I will say, even so, I think Yair Rodriguez should be able to win this fight by KO or on points. But I'm just going to take money line at a -205. I think it's perfect over Patricio Pitbull at +158. Give me Yair Rodriguez for the W. I like this. Obviously, this is a little bit of a red flag as well, because if he's throwing these type of kicks, guys, if he's throwing these crazy kicks against Bilal, who's to say he doesn't throw it against Patricio Pitbull and he gets taken down? I saw somebody mention that what happens if Yair Rodriguez hurts Patricio Pitbull, he throws a flying knee, and Patricio Pitbull takes him down. Even though we do know Yair Rodriguez is a little bit reckless, I still got Yair Rodriguez for the W. One thing I like to see is he's been working on his wrestling offensively as well. We know that defensively, sometimes he's very easy to take down. Sometimes he can be a little bit weak. But I think Yair Rodriguez can implement some of his striking, get right back up on his feet, and have success. This was a very nice Studio Ghibli that I liked. Yair Rodriguez, Brandon Moreno, and Alexa Grasso, all three holding the belts. I like this. It was a nice little Studio Ghibli. Let's go Yair Rodriguez for the W. Let's go. Now we're going to go into my fifth most confident pick of the week. The lock of the week comes in after this one. My fifth most confident pick of the week, guys. Let's go. It's going to be a little bit different this time. So let's fucking get it, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva, but you're probably questioning what's going on. What is different about this? So, +200 for Bryce Mitchell, Gene Silva -265. What's going to be the play here? You guys might not like it. You guys might like it. Over 1.5. The over 1.5 is going to be the play. We know Bryce Mitchell's a hard wrestler with wins over Barbosa, Dan Ige, only losing to the best, Ilia Topuria, Josh Emmett, most recently getting his first KO win over Kron Gracie against a knockout artist, matched up against a knockout artist, Gene Silva. Gene Silva has 12 KOs, will be hunting for the KO all night. Over 1.5, -170, under 1.5, +115. Over 1.5, I think is the play. I figured Bryce with his wrestling can at least stall out this fight at least 7.5 minutes. We go into that second round. All we need is 2 minutes and 30 seconds into that second round. I need this fight to touch the second round, and we just need 2 minutes and 30 seconds into that second round. We know Gene Silva has heavy hands, so there's a possibility of a first round KO. And this could just crash and burn. But I think the over 1.5 has some value. We do know, though, that this guy knocks out everybody. If he touches your chin, it's just going to disintegrate and it's over. So I will say, guys, with this one, it's a little bit risky. One of my most risky picks, but that's why it's a prop. Over 1.5 for me. When I look at both of them, guys, this was a little bit funny how they would look facing off. We got Bryce Mitchell on the other side, Gene Silva on the other side. I thought that this was pretty funny. I can imagine them staring down and just facing off like this. Of course, we have to mention, guys, Bryce Mitchell. He has momentum. He has momentum, guys. He's a controversial star, Bryce Mitchell. And then when we look at Gene Silva.
Cara,
he's an excellent fighter. Listen, he's fought Ilia Topuria. He beat Edson Barboza, Dan Ige. Everything was going good until that knockout, until he got knocked out by Josh Emmett. And I think that really messed up his brain.
So he thinks that ever since the Josh Emmett fight, Bryce Mitchell's a little different. But I will say, guys, I think Bryce Mitchell's going to look pretty good, at least early. From what I'm thinking, At least he can survive the over 1.5. Worst comes to worst, he gets finished in the first round, over 1.5 crashes and burns. But give me the over 1.5 in this fight. I think it should be able to hit. Now we're going to go into my 6th most confident pick of the week, lock of the week time, baby. Take a guess. Take a guess, take a guess, take a guess. Let's fucking get it, baby. Let's go. We're on a 5-fight lock of the week streak. I'm fucking tired of this shit. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's go. Who's it gonna be? My lock of the week. Who's it gonna fucking be? Take a fucking guess right now. Let's go. Lock of the week time, baby. 6-fight lock of the week streak continues. Paddy Pimblett, 22-3-0. I know what you guys are saying. What the fuck? Paddy Pimblett is set to face off against Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler plus 124. Paddy Pimblett minus 160. 5-round co-main event. Paddy Pimblett number 12 facing off against number 7 ranked Michael Chandler. Paddy has 11 wins by sub, 5 by TKO. We know he leaves his chin high, hands low at times. But if he wraps up Chandler, he has one of the tightest squeezes in the game. He can take his back as well, but he will have to grapple to win this fight. If he's not grappling, he's going to lose this fight. Chandler, a heavy-handed powerhouse, looking to run right through Paddy with his heavy hands. Chandler has 11 KOs, 100% finish rate in the UFC. All of his wins being over Tony Ferguson and Dan Hooker. Chandler has only lost by submission once in his entire career. He is 1-4 in his last 5. We know Dustin Poirier was able to submit him. Paddy has had 3 5-round fights, and he's only won 1 of them. So that's one of the biggest red flags, guys. Out of 3 5-round fights, he's only won 1. But I will say, he lost to Nad Niromani and Soren Back. In that Soren Back fight, if you go rewatch it, he had a super deep rear naked choke, but he couldn't finish the choke because he had a broken hand in that fight. It was literally under the chin, and he couldn't finish the choke because of his broken hand. I will say that's a massive red flag, but that was all the way back in 2018. Moneyline is perfect as well, but if you want to get fancy, you could take Paddy Pimblett by submission on points at a plus 170. I'm going to be taking Paddy Pimblett to win this fight over Michael Chandler. We do know that Michael Chandler has been training with guys like Gilbert Burns, who have rolled with Paddy Pimblett.
And by world-renowned BJJ black belt Gilbert Burns, great friend of mine and teammate. Michael's ready, you know. Honor to grapple with Paddy when I was in Manchester. Guys, he has a high-level grappling, so the key to Michael is keep that fight on the feet.
So he says the key for Michael is to keep the fight on the feet, keep it in the center of the octagon. I will say, guys, I think Paddy Pimblett should be able to survive at least on the feet, have good leg kicks, have good low kicks. Obviously, he leaves his chin up in the air, but if he takes the back of Michael Chandler, I think it's very possible that he finds a submission. Even if he doesn't find a submission and he's not able to find a submission, I think he could hold there, stall out the fight, and wrestle. Obviously, wrestling for 25 full minutes is going to be hard, but I think he should be able to strike as long as Chandler gets tired. Obviously, it's going to be a very tough test for him, one of his toughest tests in the UFC, but I think Paddy Pimblett should be able to get the job done. He's in Miami. We do know that the crowd is going to take a factor. If this goes the full distance, we have to make sure that he wins at least 3 rounds out of the 5. This is going to be a very tough fight. I can even see it being 2-2 going to the 5th round, and all on whoever has the better gas tank in the 5th round. I'm going to go Paddy Pimblett for the win. I think he should be able to win this fight.
He loves lunging in with his punches. I can see me catching
And this
him
was a
with
little
drop
funny.
on the way in, putting him down. Or I can actually see me submitting. I can actually see me submitting. I don't see a way I lose, to be honest. I really don't.
Look at the size of those paws, dude.
You can tell there's going to be a banger.
Come on,
It's
lad.
going to be a banger scrap.
Look at the size of those paws.
Something's wrong with his
The
knuckle.
size of these. But,
Bird hands, dude.
It's going to be a banger scrap, guys. So, give me Paddy Pimblett for the dub. And, of course, I want to mention this, guys. Paddy Pimblett over Michael Chandler has been leaked. A little bit of fight footage has been leaked. This is Michael Chandler over here, and this is Paddy Pimblett.
We know.
All right, so that's going to be the lock of the week, guys. Paddy Pimblett is going to be the lock of the week. Now we're going to get into the first bonus, guys. So without further ado, let's get into the first bonus. But I wanted to show you this little one, too, as well. Bro, I don't know why Chandler posted that, bro. I don't know why. So now we're gonna get into the first bonus, guys. Without further ado, the first bonus. Let's get it. First bonus. Let's go. Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. What's gonna be the bonus? The over 2.5. Obviously, you guys know with the bonus, you guys can choose the over or under. So in this case, it's going to be whether you want to choose, pick your poison, over 2.5 or under 2.5. Over 2.5 minus 168, under 2.5 plus 132. Both of these guys will come to scrap, both tough as nails. This will be a car crash waiting to happen. Yair with his elbows, flashy style against Pitbull. I think Pitbull is looking to bring it, and he won't quit. We know Yair tends to fade, and if anybody's going to quit, it's going to be a little bit of on the Yair side. I think even this fight, I think no matter what, worst case scenario, 29-28 on either side decision. I do think that the over 2.5 is going to be a play. Whoever is on the front foot is going to be taking control and will have success this fight. I will be very surprised if there's a finish on either side, but we know that's not out of the realm of possibility. Give me the over 2.5. Sometimes Yair doesn't like being the nail, but I do think no matter what happens, the over 2.5 hits. I like the over 2.5 at a -168. If you don't like the over 2.5, you don't have to play it, or you could play the under 2.5 at a +132. In this case, I'm going to be taking the over 2.5 at a -168. I like the over 2.5 in this case. The second bonus. Let's go to the second bonus, baby. Second bonus. What's it going to be? Second bonus is going to be the over 2.5 in the main event, guys. I was going to normally put that this fight doesn't go the distance, and we're going to make some parlays that this fight doesn't go the distance as well. But give me the over 2.5. Yeah, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. A 5-round featherweight main event for the vacant featherweight belt. The over 2.5 is going to be the second bonus. Diego has a great blitz, great hooks, insane amount of power. We know that if he just knocks him out in the first or second round, this crashes and burns. We know Volkanovski got dropped by Max Holloway. Max Holloway dropped Volkanovski twice. Islam Makhachev in the first fight, he fell to one knee in that fight. And Chad Mendes dropped Volkanovski as well. So there's a realm where the over 2.5 doesn't hit, but I think it should hit in this world. Volk can even struggle with low kicks as well. I'm going with the over 2.5. I think even if Diego comes with the kitchen sink heavy blitzing, I can see Volk surviving at least 10 to 12 minutes and Diego fading. The over 2.5 is going to be the play. The over 2.5 at a -260 or the under 2.5 at a +165. If you like the under 2.5 at a +165, you could take it. In this case, I'm going to be taking the over 2.5 at a -260 as the end of my parlays. Let's go the over 2.5 at a -260. I like it. Now we're getting into the parlay section. It's about time. Parley time. Open up your wallets and let's bet on some fist fights. Let's go. Sean Woodson plus Chase Hooper, 2-leg. But this one is going to be fancy. Sean Woodson plus Chase Hooper by submission on points. So Chase Hooper by submission on points plus Sean Woodson, 2-leg plus 102. I like it. I think Sean Woodson should be able to beat Dan Ige. And Chase Hooper should be able to beat Jim Miller by submission on points. Next parlay. Main event doesn't go the distance. Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes doesn't go the distance. And we're going to take main event doesn't go the distance. Over 2.5 Yair versus Pitbull fight. And the over 2.5 Dan Ige versus Woodson fight. 3-leg parlay plus 251. Probably one of my favorites. I really like that one. Next parlay, 7-leg parlay. A little bit of a Hail Mary. We're going to go Nora Cornell, Marco Tulio by KO or on points. Over 2.5 Darren Elkins versus a Rosa fight. Verna Jandaroba, moneyline, Chase Hooper by submission on points, Sean Woodson, and Yair Rodriguez, 7-leg parlay, plus 2,137. Nora Cornhole, Marco Tulio by KO on points, over 2.5 Darren Elkins, a Rosa fight, Verna Jandaroba, Chase Hooper by sub or points, Sean Woodson, and Yair Rodriguez, 7-leg, plus 2,137. I really like that one. Next leg, over 1.5 Bryce Mitchell, Gene Silva fight, and the over 2.5 Diego Lopes, Volkanovski fight, 2-leg parlay for plus 119. I really like that one as well, but it's a little bit playing with fire. Next parlay, 4-leg parlay, Gene Silva by KO, Dom Reyes, over 2.5 Yanshan Jandaroba fight, and Michael Ola Jacek, 4-leg parlay for plus 1,099. That's a good one. That's a good one. Gene Silva by KO, Dom Reyes, over 2.5 Jan versus Jandaroba fight, and Michael Ola Jacek, 4-leg parlay for plus 1,099. Next parlay. So, this is going to be called the doesn't go the distance parlay. Main event, Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes doesn't go the distance. Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett doesn't go the distance. Dom Reyes versus Nikita Krylov doesn't go the distance. 3-leg parlay for plus 184. The doesn't go the distance parlay is one of my favorites. Diego Lopes, Volk doesn't go the distance. Chandler, Paddy doesn't go the distance. And Dom Reyes, Krylov doesn't go the distance. 3-leg for plus 184. And my last parlay, a little bit of a safety net. Sean Woodson and Paddy Pimblett, 2-leg plus 156. Let's go, baby. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to repeat them all over again. Sean Woodson, Chase Hooper, sub or points. 2-leg plus 102. Main event doesn't go the distance. Gene Silva, Suma Darji, Michael Ola Jacek, 4-leg plus 410. Paddy Pimblett, over 2.5 Yair Rodriguez Pitbull fight. Over 2.5 Dan Ige versus Woodson fight. 3-leg plus 251. 7-leg, Nora Cornell, Marco Tulio by KO on points. Over 2.5 Darren Elkins fight versus Arosa. Verna Jandaroba, Chase Hooper by sub or points. Sean Woodson and Yair Rodriguez, 7-leg for plus 2137. Next parlay, over 1.5 Bryce Mitchell, Gene Silva fight. Over 2.5 Volk versus Diego Lopes fight. 2-leg for plus 119. Next parlay, Gene Silva by KO. Dom Reyes, over 2.5 Jan Jandaroba fight. Michael Olajaychuk 4-leg for plus 1,099. Doesn't go the distance parlay. Volk doesn't go the distance. Rich Diego Lopez. Michael Chandler Patty doesn't go the distance. And Dom Reyes Krylov doesn't go the distance. 3-leg for plus 184. Last parlay, safety net, Sean Woodson, Patty Pimblett, 2-leg for plus 156. Let's fucking get it, baby. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys like the lock of the week. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know. It all comes down to this one, guys. It all comes down to this one. Does the lock of the week streak continue? Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed the parlay section, the 2 bonuses, and the 6 best bets in lock of the week. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it, baby. Peace. Hey.